The supposed comet is catching the attention of some of the nation's most renowned scientists. As one Harvard professor is raising the theory, this may actually be a piece of alien technology. July 1, 2025. Astronomers at the Atlas Observatory in Chile observed a faint bright spot moving beyond the orbit of Mars. At first he seemed ordinary, but a quick calculation revealed that it was a hyperbolic orbiting interstellar object traveling at 130,000 miles per hour. This is the third confirmed visitor of its kind observed by humans. However, close-up observations have revealed the place of ghosts. This 3Love Atlas does not release water vapor like a comet. Instead, it spews out alcohol without iron. This chemical signature hardly exists in nature. If true, this visitor may not be a rock, some kind of mechanical device. This is for scientists. It's the first glimpse into the potential of technology beyond Earth. It's the dream of mankind. It's the scary unknown. The mystery deepens. Is 3I Atlas a cosmic anomaly? Or is it a deliberate message from a mysterious alien civilization? The tranquil night sky on July 1, 2025, shocked the Atlas Observatory over Chile. Astronomers have spotted what appears to be a faint spot of light outside the orbit of Mars. Hours of calculations reveal extraordinary truth. This is not a local comet orbiting back to the Sun. His hyperbolic orbit, with an onset rate of 6,141, indicates his status as a wanderer who never returns. An astounding 58 kilometers per second. At about 130,000 miles per hour, he was born in a distant star field outside our solar system. And so, following on from Comet Ulmer in 2017 and Comet Borisov in 2019, humans have welcomed the third confirmed interstellar object. However, the newcomer soon revealed something unique. At first glance, 3Love Atlas looks unusually simple. Early images show it as a smooth prototype. There is no constant flicker. It doesn't have the vapor rings that we know of as ice comets. But his trajectory tells a different story. He did not enter from a vault of comets outside the solar system along a circular orbit, but along a trajectory that points directly to the inner planet. This track goes back to the center of the galaxy. This raises a disturbing question. Is he a random fragment thrown by a violent star? Or a special envoy with a mission? As the data becomes clearer, the mystery only deepens. Homing orbit. It can be seen that the 3Loves Atlas is approaching from the direction of Sagittarius. This constellation points to the very core of the Milky Way. Most interstellar visitors skip at odd angles. Slant and chaotic, but he is different. Its trajectory fits the planetary plane almost perfectly, only 5 degrees off. For objects from light years away, the accuracy is amazing, enough to spark whispers. Is this intentional? If the orbit is carefully chosen, so who or what planned this route? Its speed means time is running out 156,000 miles per hour. 3I Atlas will fly past the Sun in a few months, then disappear into space forever. This sense of urgency has motivated the world's largest observatory to take urgent action. Dedicated Grand Telescope locked on target with NASA's James Scarf Space Telescope. Race against time to collect data. Capture the truth when there is still a chance. And what they found not only confirmed the interstellar origin of this celestial object, reveals truths that shake the foundation of science. The spectra revealed metallic signatures that no comet has ever released. Such a game. So much so that it forced experts to question the fundamental laws of cosmic chemistry. Why does this lone star spew evil elements into the void, without significant other natural iron? But here's the thing. Will this incredible fingerprint be the first evidence? Proof that 3I Atlas is no ordinary rock. It's an artifact. When the 3Love Atlas passes through Jupiter's orbit in August 2025, the Kidney telescope in Chile has picked up an unexpected signal. The vaporizer is spewing from the surface of the celestial body at a rate of about 46 grams per second. That alone is amazing. But when researchers looked for iron, and I got nothing. Of all the known comets and meteorites in the solar system, death and iron are best friends, born in the cores of dying stars, scattering the universe at predictable proportions. Roxy 5 iron accompanying, it violates the most fundamental laws of cosmic chemistry. Harvard astrophysicist Averlob did not hesitate to emphasize the significance of this discovery. He pointed out that separating Ni from iron requires industrial processes rather than natural processes. Only metallurgical processes on Earth can produce such a chemical fingerprint. Loeb compared it to discovering a gold ring, but no trace of copper or silver. That would never be possible in nature, but it's not uncommon in offense and defense. For him, this could be the first chemical evidence. Shows that Atlas star is not just geological. More technical traces. Other experts agree with the data, although there are different interpretations. But it's extraordinary. Martin Cordina of NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center points out that here Ni straightaway deviates from the solar system comet, shows up to 6 standard deviations. He emphasizes that such results are either due to extreme astrophysical processes, either from a bizarre industrial process. The Khalili department at Johns Hopkins University added that, although carbon dioxide signatures may suggest the presence of regular comet activity, but the missing iron is still an unsolved problem. So far, there is no natural model that can explain the scale of the anomaly. Instead, it deepens the mystery. As of the end of September, astronomers estimate that at least some elements have been released into space. If refined into alloys, this mass can produce approximately 50 kilograms of finished product. In addition to Ni, other compounds were also detected in the jet. This compound is known to be highly toxic, but it is a key chemical in the Earth's metal coating process. Let's put it all together. It's a pattern that's uncomfortably familiar. You also erupted with iron deficiency. That's exactly what you'd expect on a factory floor. It's not the comet zone. Dr. Michelle Bannister, the expert on the interstellar comet Borisov, warns against jumping to conclusions. Nature always surprises. So he says, but even he admits, Ni Atlas is challenging the limits of existing models. David Jewett at UCLA, one of the discoverers of the comet Uma. It goes on to say that the real challenge is our limited window. For him, the missing iron may still be hidden in chemical processes we do not yet understand. Even with caution, its chemical characteristics are still difficult to ignore. Lips flow into space. Piano paintings hover in the halo. Complete loss of iron. These are not random numbers in the experimental record book. It's the breath of something that refuses to be categorized. So the question that lingers is, what we are witnessing is an interstellar relic of cosmic violence, or some kind of deliberately constructed mechanical wreckage? If it is mechanical, so who is the builder? What is the purpose? When the James Scarf Space Telescope cast its powerful infrared line of sight on Comet 3 Ares Atlas, and the results were amazing. This visitor's hair is rich in carbon dioxide. The ratio of carbon dioxide to water vapor is as high as 8:1, the highest record in the history of comet observation. Kelly Lisa explains, solar system comets usually have water as the main volatile. But in Comet Atlas, CO2 signal dominates. This anomaly doesn't fit the normal pattern. Martin Cordina agrees. He pointed out that this ratio is far beyond the observation range of comets in the solar system, hints of an environment never seen before. Unlike regular comets, 3 Love Atlas starts spewing gas as it moves away from the sun. Far more than sunlight can sublimate ice. The Avello department at Harvard University proposes 2 possibilities. Either this is an extreme natural relic, or heat is being generated internally, perhaps driven by radioactive decay or specially designed for the journey. As the comet approaches, will expand to a staggering 435,000 miles across half the diameter of the sun. But this is no ordinary vapor. It exhibits plasma dynamics. Charged Chenli is captured by sunlight, forming a ripple pattern. It suggests order, not chaos. Plasma physicists compare it to dust plasma generated in a laboratory, where particles sometimes spontaneously form crystal structures. Astronomer Karen Mitchell of the University of Hawaii described the phenomenon as a scientific milestone and a source of surprise. A European Space Agency researcher points out that it behaves more like a system than a cloud. An unsettling question. Is this Guangmao plasma transport acting as a giant antenna? It can send and even receive signals into space. Then there is a pulse phenomenon. Matter no longer erupts at a steady flow rate. 3 eye-shaped eruptions are flashing, alternating light and dark, repeatedly shining. Natural comets rarely exhibit this behavior. Some researchers speculate that this could be due to fluctuations in the solar wind or magnetic field, responding but falling cloth-countered. Impulse radiation is typically associated with system behavior. It's not random. The current debate focuses on this interstellar visitor carries unconventional chemical properties. Surround itself with plasma. Its structure appears to be orderly and pulsates in rhythm, more like a system than a dust snowball. Whether he is the remains of a bursting celestial furnace, are they built without interaction with the environment? The mystery deepens. Is Atlas a laboratory for extreme physics? Or is it a silent signal of unknown intelligence? If he is reaching out his tentacles, it's a laboratory for extreme physics. Or is it a silent signal of unknown intelligence? If he is sending a message, so who is trying to communicate with it? By early October 2025, 3 Love Atlas will rush into the inner solar system. Its orbit is unusually close to Mars. Calculation display. On October 3rd, he will pass by Mars at 019 astronomical units. For interstellar visitors, rarely missed so close. NASA and ESA confirm that their orbiter will attempt to collect data during the leap. This is a historic opportunity to observe interstellar objects from 2 different worlds. Unlike most comets, which appear grayish-blue due to water vapor and dust, 3 Love Atlas emits deeper red light through multi-layer telescope filters. Its shadow is reminiscent of the beautiful surface of Mars, rich in iron oxide. Is this a curious manifestation of mineral composition, or is it an amplification of actual coincidence? Experts warn against premature conclusions, but the resemblance is striking. The size estimate is more mysterious. The width of the meeting is about 3 to 30 meters, majority meteor, but smaller than most comets. ESA scientist Colin Wilson explains, small celestial bodies can preserve special chemical compositions because its interior is always shielded. This protective mechanism may explain 3I Atlas. Very different from solar system comets. The phenomenon of orbiting celestial bodies provides another clue. Telescope images reveal that it is not smooth. Instead, it presents uneven brightness, shaded patches, suggesting the presence of cracks or layered structures. Planetary scientists compare it to the geological features of Mars. Mars is getting more connected. ESA confirms plans to use Mars Express and Mars Trace Gas Orbiter. Point the instrument at 3I Atlas. Even at a distance of 30 million kilometers, high-resolution imaging can still detect dust, and this is what happens when light becomes ubiquitous, and these phenomena cannot be explained by Earth observations alone. This may be our best opportunity to study interstellar objects. However, experts still call for caution. Karen Mitch reminds the academic community, so far, only 3 interstellar objects have been discovered. Accidental events often seem significant. He emphasizes that orbital geometry alone cannot prove premeditation. Other researchers have pointed out that this Mars conjunction is a golden opportunity for hard data. With the help of Mars and Earth observation equipment, monitor from 2 high points, scientists hope to measure the composition of dust,
gas emissions, and plasma behavior.
One of the most controversial possibilities is 3 Love Atlas is not an artifact. It is a natural remnant of the most violent event in the universe. The kilonova collision between neutron centers is particularly prominent. The energy released by these catastrophic mergers is tremendous, enough to walk heavy elements all over the galaxy in proportion. The first such event was observed in 2017. JOINSO 817 confirms strange metal forged from Kilno star, including special isotopes of evil. Berger, who studied GW170817 at Harvard University, points out, the chemical signatures we observed were very different from the material produced by ordinary stars. Another possibility exists in asymmetric supernova explosions. The wreckage of its W49b provides a stunning attention. Iron is trapped near the core. Elements such as Ni are ejected along the jet stream. Dr. Laura Lopez of Ohio State University explains, the distribution of metals in W49b proves that not all supernovae explode symmetrically. People who question the human hypothesis rely on these scenarios. Martin Cordina of NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center points out that extreme astrophysical processes can produce anomalies that appear to be man-made. Harvard's Averlob calculates that 3I Atlas is unusually close to Venus in word runs. The probability of Mars and Jupiter is extremely low. He believes its trajectory is still deliberate. On the other hand, other researchers have proposed alternative solutions. No alien technology required. Columbia University astrophysicist Brian Metzger argues, 3 high Atlas debris could carry fossil records of extreme stellar events. So the debate is still going on. If 3I Atlas is a natural product, it's proof that the universe has a hidden furnace that goes beyond textbook description. If it is man-made, this is the first direct confirmation that extraterrestrial intelligent life has left fingerprints in our skies. Either answer will go down in history, but more radical hypotheses lurk in the shadows. If this object is not just a relic or a machine, but some kind of message, since the dawn of man's gaze upon the heavens, and I wondered if there were any listeners ever since we built the radio. I began to throw my voice into the void. Now, nearly 50 years later, 3I's star Earth arrives. Some people can't help but ask, will this be a response? Coincidence of direction fuels speculative traceability. The 3-eyed star chart points in the direction of Sagittarius. It is the source of the excavation signal in 1977. One of the boldest hypotheses is that the 3 Loves Atlas itself is a time capsule. The information encoded in its atomic structure, physicists have explored isometric coding methods for storing information using anomalous isometric ratios. The plasma transport around Comet Atlas adds to the mystery. It's pulsed. Some radio astronomers have observed faint fluctuations in radio waves. Its regularity raises concerns. Dr. Andrew Semyon of Berkeley's Seismological Institute emphasizes the need for caution. And in the end, we have a choice. If the object is an information carrier, then he wasn't looking for evidence. They're asking for a response. How will humanity respond? Or let it quietly disappear into the void? 3 Love Atlas carries a never-before-seen metal fingerprint. Precise trajectories and subversive plasma clouds. Whether he is the product of the extreme violence of the universe, or a detector with a purpose, forcing humanity to reassess its place in the universe. If the message proved that we are not alone, if it's a coincidence, then nature itself also contains strange furnaces that are far beyond imagination.